Hey guys, I just kind of stumbled on some BS at Best Buy just recently, just in the last few days here. I've been Best Buy forever. Um, Definitely slowed down the purchases a while back because of Amazon, but then kind of started getting back into it again this year, starting to buy things there again. But it's definitely back to Amazon. Amazon is definitely the winning. Best Buy is saying that they don't want any customers anymore because they'd rather resort to a third party called TRE. It's called the Retail Equation. It's just a computer algorithm. It has no brains. It's just stupid. It just looks at, oh, you made this return, you made this return, and you made this return in less than 3 months. So therefore, you can't return anymore because you're committing not fraud, but whatever the hell they want to call it. That's pretty much what it looks like. It doesn't know the situation or what's going on. It doesn't know if the product works or not. It doesn't know if it was purchased as a gift for somebody and was returned because they wanted something else. It has no freaking clue, obviously. Because even on that one, I even said a gift receipt, but I don't even think it has brains to do that. But anyways, back in like October, I got a camera, and the thing was broken right away that day. It was actually a 360-degree camera. What was it? FR? I can't remember what the heck it was called. But anyways, it didn't work. It didn't turn on. You'd put on the charger. It was just a real faint light that lit up on it, and that's all it did. I left it sit on there for a few hours. Nothing. So I returned it right away that day. They don't have any more in the store. I drove not to my usual Best Buy to get it because it was the only one in stock, but then I brought it back to my local one that was close by, and that was it. I was refunded. Okay, about a month later, sometime in November, I bought two watches, one for the girlfriend and one for her mom because it was her birthday coming up, and she wanted one of them smartwatches, so I got her one. But then within the return period, she wanted something else, and we got her a different one that was more expensive. And so we returned that and exchanged it actually for something else because she wanted a different one as a gift. And that's typically what happens with gifts. I mean, people don't always like them and they get returned. I mean, is something wrong with that? And returning a defective item, is there something wrong with that? I don't think so. And then now, just this last week, I got this is at a different place, Sam's Club. I bought a Vizio TV because it was marked way down, and that thing had so many issues with anything involving high dynamic range, and that's what I was looking for. I knew the price was too good to be true, but I had to give it a shot. I've always bought Samsung, but I got it, and it was just a headache. I had to constantly turn the TV off and back on because I was getting gray, staticky screens. I was getting HDCP error crap. I had to turn off and back on. I tried multiple cables. It didn't matter. The only port it worked on good was HDMI 1, and there's 5 HDMI ports. The rest were pretty much all garbage for HDR content, and I found out it only did HDR 60 FPS on one. And the big problem with that is the ARC, the audio return channel. If you're a nerd like me and you plug in your receiver, your audio goes through there. Okay, you got a problem. You can't plug in your receiver for your audio and then plug in all your devices in the same port unless you spend more money and get a nice fancy switch, because the cheap ones most likely ain't going to do it, or they're going to have issues, or they're not going to pass the HDR signal, or something's just not going to work right. Or you'd have to buy a nice new receiver with 4K when I have one that's 11.2 channels from like 4 or 5 years ago that I paid a good amount for. That's perfectly fine, but it's just 1080, so I don't want to run anything through there, and obviously it wouldn't be 4K, so it wouldn't work anyways. I'm not going to buy a new receiver just for that. So I returned that TV to Sam's Clubs because they have a 90-day return policy. All was good. They gave me back my cash. I immediately went to Best Buy and got a new Samsung 65-inch, the 8500, the curved screen, and I picked that up. And I skipped something. I bought a Roku Premiere Plus to go with that Vizio TV because I wanted to watch like the Amazon Prime videos, and the Vizio doesn't support that because it's Chromecast, and Amazon is anti-Google. But then I ended up not keeping the TV because I found out the HDMI is severely limiting, which defeats the purpose of the TV in my book because I'm the PC geek. I can't have that. So then when I went to Best Buy to get the new Samsung, I exchanged the Roku towards it. It was like $90, the Premiere Plus, because obviously I don't need that. One, the Samsung TV has all the apps built in, including the Amazon Prime Video, so I have no reason for it. I mean, what am I going to save it to collect dust? I have no reason for it. It was $90, and I bought almost $1,900 TV with you after stupid tax. And then I get something that popped up that wanted a signature. I didn't get to see it much, and the kid checking me out was like, "Oh, I've never seen this before." I walked over to somebody next to him, and they hit cancel right away. And I'm like, "Oh, I know what that is." Okay, and then I'm looking at my receipt the other day, just yesterday, the day before, and there was a warning on there that said that a return was approved for the Roku, but future returns may be denied. And then I call up, and you get this foreigner that you can barely understand, as typical with this stuff, and they just offer to send me a report. Like, I don't know what I've returned. Like, I'm so stupid, my brain is gone, and I have no clue what I've returned. Well, obviously, I know what I've returned. I can tell you right here, I sent him an email. I already explained it all. Like, this was a gift, this was defective, and this was returned because I spent significantly more money on a TV, so I didn't need it anymore. Whoop-de-doo is a $90 item that they probably paid $20 for. The markup on that shit's crazy. And then I get a thing, and then I call, and this foreigner, and it says I can't return for 365 days before I can do any returns at Best Buy. So that's it. There's no more Best Buy for me. The Elite, whatever the heck crap they call it, I've been that for probably three years, I think, out of all the years I was an Elite member. I know last year it wasn't, but this year it was again. I periodically go there and buy hard drives and shit for customers' computers when I need them right now and I don't want to wait for them to get shipped. I go there and get it. Computer monitor, shit like that. Well, that's all done because I ain't spending a penny there anymore because it's a crock of shit. They don't believe in humans anymore. It's just, let's have this third-party TRE computer algorithm say, oh, this is return, and this is return. This person's abusing the system. Don't let them return for 365 days. It doesn't matter if it's a gift. It doesn't matter if it's defective. It doesn't matter. And then Best Buy just like, oh, well, look at our return policy. So then you go and look at return policy. It doesn't say shit about that. You just go down and it says why we need your ID, and then it says we use third parties to help prevent losses by detect your improper returns. How is that improper returns? Again, it's a computer algorithm that has no freaking clue what is going on. It has no clue. It doesn't take into consideration, oh, this was a gift for somebody, so it was returned. I mean, that's what happens with gifts. Hello? Oh, this one was broke. Hello? What? And I get punished for it because it didn't work? And then all three of them added up in a 3-month period. Boom! You can't make any more returns even though you spent thousands of dollars with us. You can't make any more returns. I mean, get real. It's the biggest crock I've ever heard of. I've never heard of it before, and then I'm researching this, and oh yeah, there's other people too. So apparently when you hit like 3 returns in a 3-month period, maybe not for everybody, but in my case specifically, you just get screwed. They just shit on you, and that's it. So it's back to Amazon, that's for sure. I mean, they ain't getting another cent because that's ridiculous. That's insane. And then Best Buy are like, oh, we can't do nothing about it. It's a third party. Isn't it your fucking store I'm in right now? Isn't this Best Buy? We don't have any balls of your own anymore? It's all somebody else now? You might as well just change your name from Best Buy to TRE. I mean, it doesn't even, it's just stupid. So yeah, that's done. That's my experience with that. The new TVs, it's fine. There's just one little issue. Maybe I'll contact Samsung and see if, I don't know if it's a TV or the remote. I'm assuming it must be something with the remote or the RF signal. So I don't know, because when a TV's off for a while, it doesn't happen like if you turn it off and you turn it back on 2 minutes later. It never has done it. But I've only had it since the end of last week, and it's done it 3 times to me. So when it's off for like hours, I guess I don't know how many hours, but then you hit on the remote, the TV does nothing. It doesn't turn on. I go over to my DirecTV remote, which is programmed to the TV. I hit on, TV fires right up. I'm going to go back to the TV remote, and it works perfect. Turns it off, turns it on, everything works. But that initial power on from the TV remote fails. when the TV is sitting for an extended period of time. I have to use a different remote. And I'm not even sure if there's power button actually on the TV itself on this TV. It's thinner than my freaking finger. It's so thin. I'm not even sure. There might be, there might not be. I don't know. I guess I haven't even looked for that. I just use a satellite remote. I mean, what if there wasn't even anything on? What if I didn't have the satellite remote? What if I didn't get that installed recently too, and there was no buttons on the TV? Then what do I do? And then you can't. Best Buy says, oh, you're screwed. I mean, so yeah, that's my experience. I would say stay away from Best Buy, especially for buying like holiday gifts. I'm looking at their extended holiday returns promise. Oh yeah, but if you return a couple gifts from people that don't want them, or they return them, you're gonna get effed in the long run. So no, don't buy holiday gifts from Best Buy, because you're gonna get screwed. At least if you're like me. And I'm gonna let everybody I can possibly know about this, because this is complete BS and I am not happy. See you later.